Plex found all the Mad Hatter, the Marsh Hare, and the Dormouse sitting together at the Mad Tea Party. I wonder what they have in order for me, Plex said. I just found them. He walked in front of a tea party to see what they are doing. Mad Hatter, couldn't you know you passed the butter? The Marsh Hare asked. I couldn't know, Marsh Hare, said the Mad Hatter. Because of this tea party. That was so madness. You thought that was ridiculous, Mad Hatter, the Marsh Hare said as it punched the table. I thought we are in the madness tea party. Plex then sat down beside the Dormouse while it was sleeping. Mad Hatter, Marsh Hare, he whispered. Pardon me. No, screamed the Mad Hatter. No room. Plex was horrified. Then he interrupted the Mad Hatter's sentence. But there is plenty of room, he said. Okay, the Mad Hatter asked. Why is a raven like a writing desk? The Marsh Hare asked. Plex surely loves riddles, but he cannot explain the answers to them. Ooh! I love riddles, he says, but I cannot answer. Won't you, Mad Hatter? I can guess, said the Mad Hatter. Me either, said the Marsh Hare. I thought this was a madness wash, said the Mad Hatter as it took out a watch. A madness watch? Of course. Mad Hatter, said the Marsh Hare, hugging the Mad Hatter. I know that was a mad wash, but you got to put the butter into the Mappy Tea Party clock, and then you mix it up, and then it breaks up. Plex began laughing. That's a funny mad wash, Mad Hatter, he giggled. I thought that would be a great watch to put with butter. The Mad Hatter took out butter and a hammer as it set down the watch. Okay, it said, holding the hammer high up in the air. Here is a butter and a hammer. Now, time to mix it up with a hammer. The Marsh Hare and Plex watched them as the Mad Hatter smashed the clock into pieces and pieces and pieces. Plex covered his eyes, not wanting to see the destruction of a clock. A few seconds later, he uncovered his eyes and took a peep. Soon, he found the mad clock to see very much utterly destroyed. He felt very, bad for the watch a little. Couldn't my watch be with you, Mad Hatter? Asked Plex, scratching his head. Now, this mad watch is perfectly destroyed. The Mad Hatter said, as it set down a hammer on the table. I want some hair cutting, the Marsh Hare said. Let's move around in all places. Plex watched as the madness people changed seats while the Dormouse was still sleeping. He looked confused at first, but right now he didn't know why he is just surrounded by mad people. Okay, said the Mad Hatter. We're moved in all places. No way, Mad Hatter! Yelled the Marsh Hare as he stood up and looked at Plex. If I was not questioning, why is a raven like a rain dust now? Gee, Plex worried. I can't think of any, and I don't know. This is true, said the Dormouse, rubbing its eyes. But we need to move in one more place, and my hand wants this cutting. Soon enough, the three managed people moved around in one more place, as Plex began to be even more confused. He didn't even been in Wonderland at all, but he thought he would just go home and meet Munio, Roby, Fufa, and Tootie again. Okay, said the Mad Hatter. We need a plan. What is a plan? Asked Plex. Let's draw for something else. The Mad Hatter said that just folded its arm. Plex was now sad about what it said. Oh, I don't know, he groaned. What should we draw? The Mad Hatter then set down some crayons on the table as it rolled behind the Dormouse's hands. With all those buckets of crayons, said the Mad Hatter. Plex then began to be mad as the Mad Hatter drawed on the table. He looked at the drawing and pointed at it. Mad Hatter, he screamed. You can't draw on a table. You need to draw on paper because drawing on the table is not very polite. You're making the table messy, and that's not how we do at the Mad Tea Party. Is that exactly how I draw? Said the Mad Hatter as it looked at the rain cloud it drew. Prove it! Shouted Plex, folding his arms. March here! Quick! Said the Dormouse panickingly. Put me in the pot! Plex began to be even more angry. He just wanted to leave, but the Dormouse is just gonna be put in the pot. This is the stupidest tea party I ever been to, said poor Plex as he left the tea party alone. He kept walking until he found a door in a tree. He opened the door and found himself in a small hollow doors again. Soon enough, Plex found a glass table with a golden key again. He held the key in his left hand, and he opened his compartment door and took out a smaller piece of a mushroom he had. He ate the whole thing and soon began shrinking to 10 inches high again. Now I can do whatever this is, he said as he took the key and ran to the door. He put the key in the keyhole, and he quickly twisted it as the little door began to open. Then Plex went out of the door and was so happy that he finally made his way to the beautiful garden. What a surprise! He walked down as he looked at the beautiful fountains and the flowers. I love the flowers. Flowers really make me happy. Ha ha ha! Plex giggles in excitement. He kept walking down until he went upon a maze. He walked all the way through the maze and found some cards painting white roses red.